Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this particular video we are going to see a few tips and tricks related to writing emails. Okay, so this video is going to be quite long, so just bear with me. I'll obviously going to give you few of the very useful tips and tricks related to writing emails. Okay, so let's start. So guys, before starting out with the tips and tricks, so I like to give you few of terminologies that you might come across while writing emails. Okay, so the first is like carbon copy, that is CC. So when you write emails, you write to a particular person and you want someone to read that particular email, so you just keep them in the CC, that is carbon copy. And BCC is same as CC, but here you will not be the people who are in the BCC will not be able to see that who are the person in that BCC part. Okay, that's why it's called blind carbon copy. EOT or COB is more in the point of business. So EOT or COB, it's same goes with like end of the day and close of business. Okay, NNTR is no need to reply. Suppose you want to send an email subject part, you can write NNTR so that the user will just going to read that email and they'll not going to reply. Okay, and EOM is same goes with like NNTR, it's end of message, that there is no further part. I is for your information. Okay, and OO is out of office. Okay, so when you take a day off from a regular work, so you just need to write I'll be on OO, that will be out of office. When you start writing emails, okay, so three main things you need to keep in mind, that is who, when and what. Okay, so the first thing is who. So who you are targeting it on the email. Okay, that is the two part. And when, so when is basically when you want that thing to be completed. Okay, suppose you want someone to complete some task. Okay, so in that case you need to clarify that, okay, by when you want the task to be completed. And what part is what you want them to complete, right? So if you want some particular task to be completed, so you need to mention that. So here I have taken an example. This is basically a bad example of writing an email. So as you can see in the two part, I have mentioned three people name, and here also I have mentioned the same three people. Okay, so I have mentioned that hi, all the people, you need to complete the task, and that is basically pending at our end. So the problem with this email is that, so the recipient, that basically David, Josh and Anita, they'll not get a clarity, suppose who needs to take up the task and who needs to complete the task. Okay, and here also I have not mentioned the particular date. Okay, so they'll not get more clarity on the timeline also. Okay, let's see how to make this email better. So here you can see the targeted person is David. Okay, Josh and Anita are on the CC. Okay, so basically Josh and Anita need to help David to complete the task, and you also mention the date. Okay, by when you expecting that task to be completed. So the target person is clear, the timeline is clear, and the task name is also clear. Okay, so the next part is how to write better subject lines. So the important thing is try to keep it very short and crisp. Okay, so I like to give some useful tips to make your subject line more highlighted. So that basically you, while writing emails, suppose something needs to be completed on urgent basis, or something needs to be taken care by the recipient. So in that email, on the subject, you can write action or urgent in the beginning. Okay, so I'll see the example here. So here I have mentioned that urgent need to fill the timesheet. The user will take the immediate action onto that particular email. Okay. Next is how to break long emails into more readable portions. Okay, so the general guideline is that you try to restrict your email into 5 sentences long. Yes, you're supposed to write an email which is more than 5 sentences long, so you can divide that email into more readable format. Like in the beginning you can just write a quick summary within two to three sentences, and in the details part you can write more in depth. Okay, and also you can highlight or bold out some of the things so that it can be visible and it will be stand out, okay, from the rest of your message. So here this is pretty long email, so most of the people are not going to read through the entire email, so they'll skip few of the things or most of the things. So you can make it more clear and more crisp, like writing quick summary and details part. Okay, so when to attach a screenshot, right? So whenever you are facing any kind of issue with your system, right? So when you try to reach out to IT help desk, so it is always a better idea to attach a screenshot of your particular issues, right? So in Windows we have this by default tool installed, that is a snipping tool. So you can use this snipping tool to take a screenshot of your particular issues that you are facing. Outlook has a very a unique feature, that is delay delivery, right? When you want to send emails for your reminder, so you can use the Outlook delay delivery feature. Also suppose you want to see email at Friday evening, right? To something to be done by Monday EOD. So instead of sending that email at the Friday evening, you can basically do a delay delivery. So I'll show you here. So when you create a new email, right? So under the options section you can see this delay delivery option, right? So basically you can set a time, so prior to that time the Outlook will not deliver your email. So the one condition is your Outlook must be connected to the internet, so that it can send the email at your specific mentioned time. So next thing is know the timing, right? Suppose you want to set up a meeting with your client, right? And your client lives in outside of your time zone, right? So it is always a better idea to know what is the sweet spot for setting up a meeting. So there is a website called www.timeanddate.com, which basically gives you a particular idea what is the right time to setting up a meeting, right? So once you visit this particular site, right, you can go to this world clock meeting planner. So when I opened this page, you can basically set up your location and your client location, right? So I have set my location as India and the client location, let's suppose London. Okay, so you can click on this show timetable, right? So it will basically show what is the perfect suitable timing for setting up the meeting, right? So the red ones are actually the times you should avoid to not set up any meeting, and with the green ones you can basically set up the meeting, right? So basically it says if it's your Monday 4:30, then at their time it will be Monday 12, means that is Monday 12 noon, right? So the next thing we have here is how to write out of office emails, right? So I have given a sample here, right? So the first thing you need to mention here is like the timing. So from which date till which date you won't be available, right? So during this time, right, so you have to mention that you have very limited access to emails, and in case someone need any kind of help from you, so basically they can reach out to the person, right, whoever is available, right, instead of you. And also you can mention your emergency contact number in case there is any emergency, and you have to, right, you have to look into that thing. So it is always better idea to directly contact you. So how to let others know when you add a new member to the ongoing email chain, right? So there is a specific symbol, that is plus plus. So basically it signifies that you have added someone to the current emails recipients. So you can see here, so suppose you have added this person to the current ongoing email, you can basically do a reply all and you can mention plus plus, right, that person's name. So if you are sending repetitive emails, so it is always a better idea to save drafts of your emails, right? So in Outlook, suppose you write some new emails, and if you just press Ctrl S, right, so it's going to be saved under your draft section, right? So whatever the current emails you have written, that will be saved under draft section. So I'll give you an example here. So suppose this is a weekly email you tend to send on weekly basis to your teammates. So you can basically save a draft of this particular email, right? And whenever you want to send this email, you can basically take the same draft version. It is always a better idea to reread your emails, right? So if you don't reread your emails, you might be facing any situations where you will regret that you have written something which is not expected. So it is always a good idea to reread your emails. In case if you don't fall into the regular habits of rereading your emails, so there is an option, right? In case you send some emails which is not correct, that you mistakenly sent it, so in Outlook there is a option to recall your emails. So I'll show here. Okay, suppose I sent a particular email, let's say this email. Okay, so you want this particular email to be recalled. Okay, so you can open this email, and under the files section, right, there is an option called resend or recall, right? So you can recall this email, and it's asking to delete unread copies of this message. You can just keep this option and click on OK. And the one condition here is whoever the recipient is for this particular email should not have opened this email, or else your recall will be failed. I hope you like this particular video, and I hope all the tips that I shared on this particular video might be useful to you. So please give a thumbs up to my video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.